Aries, I see that there is a steep mountain to climb, but your journey within this mountain that you are taking on may require for you to be very precise in how you place your feet within the next part of your life path. These choices that you're making are definitely going to be impacted by how you put these next footfalls in place. Let's have a look and see what the oracle has to say. And welcome to the Arcana Veil. We have change. There are a lot of things that go bump in the night. I can pick that up from what you're experiencing in your consciousness. There's the book. There is act rising, or action rising to act within the next part of your process, your choices, your decisions that you're making in the next part of in the next cycle of your life path. There seems to be a need to disconnect from things that are making you feel as if you're a little overwhelmed. That's what I'm picking up on. I'm also seeing that there's definitely an issue with regards to information. Could be things that people say to you. Could be things that you have been making a record of. You're also being given a heads up to step up, to recognize the next part as something that is worth your time. In other words, recognize how your feet falls onto the path of this mountain when you are in the presence of your higher self. We have the Two of Coins here underneath change. The choice is very much made apparent here. The choice to decide what to invest in. Queen of Cups underneath the book. This could be for someone who's actually expecting information. There's the King of Cups looking the other way. Interesting. Red and blue. We have the Sun. And we have the Eight of Coins here. In this reading, I'm seeing that there's definitely a focus on needing to lay claim to a particular step, to decide and ascertain the choice that has to be made in the connection with he or she or it or place or thing. The connection in itself requires a focus on dedication. Someone is dedicated to setting this next part of their journey in place. There's also been a lot of back and forth focus on people and how they impact your life. Your journey is about establishing your process in rekindling what is the most passionate for you. But I can see that there's been some overall focus on what you're going to do from others. There's just like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Type of thing. I keep picking up on that. And you've been working to try and disconnect from that frequency for a while now, because you actually kind of look at yourself, want you do yourself when you're ready to do it. So out of curiosity, there's this growing need to want to figure out your moves, probably before you knew your own moves. These people that are surrounding you, and this is for the entire Aries collective, so this may be in certain places within your chart, even if you're not physically Aries or identify as Aries. We have all the signs within our charts in one place or another. They are most prominent or not. In this case, there seems to be an Aries that is connected with, that has the Aries as the sun sign. So this may be for you, something specific. There's also a focus on the traveling aspect of needing to set things in place. What is within your mind, where you're going to go. You're finding yourself in the heart position, in a place of contemplation, more so than anything else, about how to act and how to bring that information across and how to use that experience to the best of your ability. Then there's also, as you are able to know, the understanding of the progress going forward with regards to how you're going to make this work for you financially. Some of you may have been writing a book, and how are you going to promote this book is really where you are right now in terms of needing to establish that. But you are being given or inspired that you would need to take notice on how you're going to walk this next thing, because it would mean that you have to take you would have to focus a lot on what it will do for you in the long run. And why we can see here within the upper heavens what is the most prominent thing for you to be concerned about and wonder about. We will now see what it is that is in the subconscious or the underworld, and we will draw a horizon to be able to see how to ascertain that information. We have the Hermit underneath the Two of Cups here. Coins. This is your choice, nobody else's choice. Nobody else is making that choice for you other than you. The Hanged Man, over the Queen of Cups here. Knowing that there's some people that are actually, you could do with a friend, is what I'm hearing. But the question is, who do you trust? We have the King of Swords underneath the King of Cups there. This could probably be someone who is in control or focused on how to... I keep thinking this is to do with someone who's actually busy publishing a book. And the King of Swords underneath the King of Cups is really how you feel about it, but you're kind of needing to play nice on the surface, because you actually would like to have these things just get themselves ordered and sorted already. If this is not a book, if you're not writing a book, you are most certainly doing something that requires a lot of focus and the need to understand that you can, who can you trust through this process. There's a searching to try and find, can you trust that person? Are they really worth the space and time that they make themselves to be in your life? Are they more of a hindrance, or are they actually someone that you can trust on a deeper level? And it seems to be like you're not really convinced about how much you can trust them, because they don't seem to be too proactive in how you would like for them to be. So that does impact your passions. It impacts your drive. There's also an overthinking on that. But you are shown, the Sun, Three of Wands, how much you have already done, how much you have already achieved. In this range of thinking, you're highly aspected here. The fire underneath the Sun is saying that this is the path to go to. It is the blazing path ahead for you. Very much your sign steering you with Martian passion. Mars as your passion drive. Get it done, or in a sense, maybe you put a lot of pressure on yourself. Perhaps this is how you feel. Queen of Swords underneath the Seven of Pentacles. It's a person that seems to be managing your finances for you, or you are managing your finances through a third party. There's that as well coming up here. It's a very specific reading for someone. While we are actually observing that what you're mining out from the subconscious here, or the underworld, is really the ability to stand still and not run around or to try and make a choice because of external pressures or internal pressures that seem to be heavy on you, which is what will bring the change forward. Less running around and more sort of focus on being able to decide how the choices needs to be made with a bigger scope of perspective over that. We have the Hanged Man underneath the Queen of Cups here. These energies switch. There's passion in wanting to learn something. There's passion in documenting your path ahead. You could be someone involved in social media or social circles. Seems to be a lot of external pressures on you that's actually that you have permitted to shape your path. And actually it looks like you're kind of at that point where you feel, how much do they really value me? How much do they really value or care in how my path is shaped? What if I had to shape my own path? King of Swords underneath the King of Cups. Really, deep down, what if I do this myself in the way that I would like to do it? Will I still have the benefits? Will I still have the support? Will I still be as successful if I had to go on my own? If I had to break away from people around me? Three of Wands, the Sun suggests yes, but it would require a lot of work. Seven of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, with perhaps more direction. Let's have a look. Going out with this, your horizon, the bridge. We have the Five of Pentacles here over the Hermit. This is just a part of what you believe of yourself, that you don't think you have enough. We have the Seven of Cups over the Queen of Cups here. There's definitely some sort of emotional conflict that you're experiencing right now with regards to needing to take the charge. The Wheel of Fortune over the Heart and over the King of Swords. You're being given a heads up here to take charge of your life. Have your life be in control of yourself, your book of life, and to not let others drive your life path for you or steer your wheel for you. But you have to be clever in how and who you're going to choose to be in that part of your life for you, who is still worthy of that trust. You've got a lot of people around you, whether you are aware of them or not. They may be onlookers or people that see you in some way, shape or form. like I said, the only thing that I can pick up is that you could be in, this could be for some of you that's doing social work. Fact is, it shows that you're actually wanting to control your own life. 10 of Pentacles on controlling your own life. And that perhaps a cycle of having or being codependent, the devil ties you up with the money, through money. So wanting to be on your own, I mean, not wanting to be on your own, but more sort of like wanting to do your thing in your own way, going into your own business, without the external cradle of support that you used to have. It's something that's made that has to be cleared up in terms of how much money you're going to be experiencing or having to receive. Do you let the audience dictate how you should read, how you should sing, how you should dance, how you should be yourself? Or are you in control of your full inner power, of your own true identity? Wheel of Fortune here. Remember that the devil is just showing up what is stuck within the frequency that needs to be cleared out through illusion. So the fear that you have is that you might not make as much money as you think you would have had you stayed with the organization or with the people or whatever. And now if you had to be on your own, that the only thing that's really making you feel a little disturbed or concerned is that will you still be able to flourish in the same way? But now if we look at it realistically speaking, you're still working hard and you're still earning 10 of Pentacles, whatever you're earning. So this devil just comes up to highlight the fear of the illusion of knowing that if you had him break away and work elsewhere or do your own thing or move in your own direction, that the illusion is that you can't make it without them. And that is essentially the result here. And this is why you are being urged to take the next step carefully on this mountain. I will leave this with you. I hope that this has given you some guidance and some affirmations. And yes, and thank you. And I'll see you soon.